What's up, everybody? Ty Bartell in with another edition of Coach's Corner. This time we head to our friends over in Ram Country out there in Mineral Ridge, home of the Mineral Ridge Rams baseball team. Anthony Ragozine, head coach of that team, joining me right now. Coach Ragozine, how are we doing?
We're doing good. How about yourself?
I'm not doing too bad myself. And this Mineral Ridge Rams team didn't have a bad season last year at all either, getting yourself to districts. And just talking about this team and just what you see from it this year too, and what you've seen also from this team in terms of just progression, what you've been able to get out there and get outside with this great weather.
Yeah, so in terms of the team, we kind of bring back everybody from last year. We had a lot of sophomores and some freshmen playing. We only have three seniors. So we lost three seniors last year, two were starters. So, there's a lot of experience. I mean, these juniors are all going to be 3-year starters for us coming up. Sophomores, they're going to be – they all had significant roles on the team last year. So, I mean, the expectation around the school is big. But like I tell these guys every day, expectations and hype, they're just words you just got to be able to put it on the field.
When we talk about this team and sort of a kind of meet the team segment too, kind of go through your roster, highlight some of those big names that we'll see on the field, and maybe some fresh faces, some newcomers that are going to get some playing time.
Yeah, so returning is our left fielder, A.J. Sandy. He's going to be a 4-year starter for us. Jack Gilly, he's going to be a 3-year starter for us. He would have been a 4-year, but he broke his thumb like the second game of the season as a freshman. He's going to pitch, play third base for us. Jimmy Nolders is one of the other seniors who hasn't got a lot of playing time over the last couple of years, but I mean, this offseason, he's put in a ton of work and he's really working towards getting a lot of innings for us. I mean, his command's gotten a lot better. He throws hard. His breaking ball's gotten a lot better, and his command's getting a lot better. So I see him picking up quite a few innings for us this year. Junior-wise, we bring back Jack Geddes. He's another 3-year starter for us. He'll catch, play first. Ethan Vestorsi's going to catch when Jackson's playing first. You have Xavier Clammer. He's our one on the mound. He's going to pitch, play shortstop for us. You have Justin Daly. He's another one. He's our starting center fielder. He's progressed quite a bit over the last 2 years. So him, Andrew Gilly, he's another one. He'll be a 2-year starter for us at second base. And then sophomore-wise, you have Nick Anderson. He's going to be on the mound for us a lot, probably mixing in the outfield, third base. Christian Dunlap's another sophomore. He plays shortstop when Clammer has to pitch, and he did a really good job for us last year. He got the nod in the district championship, played well at shortstop for us there. Also in that class, Gavin Harding, he's another one who has so much potential. We're trying to get him to tap into that potential, and he's going to see significant innings too at third base and hopefully on the mound as well. He's got a great arm, and he's progressing along really, really well. And then you have Brody Molina too. He's another one who didn't get any playing time last year because of the way our team was structured. We only had 14 guys last year, and we bring everybody back, but he's sitting on the cusp of a kid who can get a lot of innings for us last year as a sophomore this year. I'm sorry.
You talk about maybe numbers not being the biggest, but you guys are mighty in the terms of talent that you have. How exciting is it for you that you got the 3 guys that logged the most innings, had great seasons last year? How exciting is it for you as the coach to get those guys back and trying to compete for a conference crown?
Yeah, that's huge for us. Everybody knows in high school pitching is the game, and we're fortunate enough over the last 4 years to have really good pitching. And we, like, every year it seems we have a guy or two coming in as a freshman who's a really good pitcher. And the same thing this year. We bring in Preston Klein, who's going to be a freshman who's right up there with those 3 as a freshman. So yeah, I'm looking for him to get some significant innings for us. But yeah, we've been blessed, and we didn't lose any pitching from last year, which is huge. And a lot of our guys have been young pitching wise. Then even after this year, we only lose Jack. So the pitching, it's going to be there for the next couple of years too.
I talked a little bit about this conference too. How do you guys foresee yourself competing in this MVAC's Scarlet Division?
But that's always a big question mark, just because of the teams in it. You got to be able to play every day, and talking around to the other coaches in the league, I really do think that this year is going to be the best, the strongest top to bottom that this conference has been in a couple years. You know, Lowville comes in, they're going to be strong. They return a lot of starters. They're like us. You know, they bring a ton of starters back. Jackson Milton brings a ton of starters back. You know, they're going to be one of the top teams in the league for sure. Waterloo's another one. Waterloo's always tough. So them, Springfield, you know, you have Camel in the mix now. They have really great coaching over there. So it's in McDonald's always good. You know, it's Western Reserve. A lot of those guys are back too, and a lot of those guys didn't even pitch. You know, their best pitchers didn't pitch because I think they were dealing with some injuries, and all those guys are back. So I feel like this year, I think it could be anybody's league.
Is there a kind of discussion and a mentality this year too, with you guys coming off of the conference chip last year too? You're no longer being the hunters. You're now the hunted, I guess,
Yeah,
so to say, this year.
yeah. You know, we talk about that, and I kind of go back to the old Dan Campbell speech. You know, you don't have to look far; just open your front door. You know, kind of thing. So, I mean, that's the mentality we have to have. You know, I don't want these guys feeling like they got a taste of something last year. Now they're not hungry anymore. You know, I want these guys hungry every day because that's the only way to compete. You know, if you're not going to be hungry, the hungrier team is the team that's going to win the games. So I preach that. We preach that every day. Don't get complacent because of what you did last year. Last year doesn't matter anymore. You know, there's bigger goals. You know, we want to win another we want to win another conference championship, and we want to go win a district. That school hasn't won a district since 1943, I think it says.
Wow.
So that's been a big thing for the last 4 years. You know, we want to get that banner changed on the wall. And, you know, these three seniors, they were part of a team that, you know, was a really, really good team. They were a really strong team. And we got to the district semis and lost to Jackson Milton. And then their sophomore years, we were, you know, very inexperienced. We didn't have a great season. And last year's as juniors, we get to the district championship and we lose. So I hope that fuels these seniors. I mean, I know they're hungry to go. I hope that fuels them to, you know, get on these other guys and kind of show them what it takes to get there.
You guys have been knocking on the door sooner or later. You
Yeah.
guys are going to be able to kick that door down, no doubt. I know a lot of head coaches that I talk to, they talk about too. We can't worry necessarily so much on what the other team's going to do. We got to kind of play our brand of baseball to get wins too. What is going to be the Rams brand of baseball? What's going to be Rams ball this year?
Well, you know, our pitching is always going to be our strong suit. I mean, that's my background. I've been a pitching coach for 17 years. You know what I mean? So that's my background is pitching. So I always biasly think our pitching is always going to be, you know, up there with the best of them in our league. And I truly believe it is. You know, like I said, we've been fortunate enough to have some really good arms come through the last 4 years. And it's easy just to kind of work on mechanics and stuff with these guys because they have the skills, you know. So that's not the hard part. So I truly think pitching, we like to run a lot. You know, we like to put pressure on teams. I mean, everybody who plays us knows that. You know, we tend to try to put as much pressure on the team as possible. You know, and then hope they kick the ball around.
What continues your passion to be a head coach year in and year out, and what gives you that love for the art of pitching?
You know, the coaching part. You know, when I played high school, I got to at the end of my career. You know, I had some couple college offers and stuff, and I just decided, you know, I was burned out, didn't want to do it, and I think that's kind of what got me into coaching was the almost the regret of not just going and doing it. So, you know, I feel like I'm giving back to the kids. That's what I feel. You know, I want to give my knowledge and everything I can to you know, the younger generation on how to play baseball the right way, how to do things the right way, just not on the field but off the field as well. You know, so I don't know. I feel like it's kind of my calling. I love doing it. You know, my kids are getting older now, so they're 8, and it's like I go from high school straight to Little League, and I'm helping them out. You know, so it's cool.
No, I love your mentality too, and you're the type of guy that it seems like you're always learning too, always wanting to learn as a head coach too. When you talk about some of the things you're some of the takeaways from last year's loss, knocking on the door again in the district championships, what are some things you learned as a head coach, and what do you think some things you hope the team learned from last year going into this season?
You know, if I'm going to be honest, you know, I thought like last year's team was going to be good. I mean, I thought we were going to be okay, but I didn't think we were at that level yet. Like we always thought maybe, hey, this is the year that we could do something. So that was a big surprise to me. But those guys, they were hungry the whole season. Conference games, they always played up in those games. And I feel like we got hot at the right time. We played our best baseball once the tournament started. We limited errors. Our pitching was phenomenal. We hit the crap out of the ball. And then, we get against Kennedy, and we had hits. I think we had 3 or 4 hits, but we put the ball in play. Then nothing just fell. We couldn't really get anything going or play our kind of game. And hats off to their pitcher. He did a great job at not getting guys on and not allowing us to kind of play our style of baseball.
What do you think the kind of expanded divisions kind of do for your opportunity now to be able to finally get that district championship?
I don't know if it benefited us much at all. It might have made it harder for us, but because now you throw in La Brea,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be in our district. Columbiana's going to probably be in it, and then you still have Milton, Springfield, I think Lake Center still. So, there's really good teams in it. So I don't know if it kind of takes away from our chances. It's just, if you're going to win it, you got to beat somebody good anyways.
Yeah, no doubt. When you get to that level too,
Yeah.
you're always going to be staring across some significant competition. When you talk about just this team and the community behind it too, I always hear from coaches and from just anybody in the Mineral Ridge community how special it is, and just kind of like how close knit, how everyone kind of has your back when you're a Ram too. Can you describe that? Can you describe what also the community support means for this team?
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable. From the administration down. They whatever you need, they get it done. Whether it's hey, we're on a tight thing, we got to get this field dragged so we can get a game in. They're on top of it. Whether it's equipment, stuff like that. The school support from the administration. I get texts all the time, hey, from the administration and stuff. Good luck tonight. You're doing a great job. So that makes me feel good. That I hope that I'm making them proud. By leading these kids the right way. And then the parents are unbelievable too. The community, you have like Jesse's and Baduriks, they're always giving back to the team and stuff like that. So when you're playing good baseball in Middle Ridge and you look up and you see that hill packed, it's a pretty cool thing to see.
Couple questions left for you, Coach. One of them being just talking about your coaching staff a little bit. I want to give you the chance to shout them out and let everybody know who's there helping you out.
Yeah, so it's me. We bring back Jeff Hosey again. He's our first base coach, catcher's coach. I actually coached him a little bit when he was in high school, and he's been on staff with us for 6-7 years now. Even from the transition over to Middle Ridge. Ray Lewis, me and him, we've been coaching together almost 10 years. So we bring him back. He works with the outfielders, and then we brought on Joey Scourin last year. We coached him in McDonald, and he came over with us. He's kind of a utility coach, infield, outfield. He's the young guy, so he's kind of throwing BP and stuff. So, it's just we're tight. We have a really good camaraderie. We know exactly how each other coach. They know what I'm expecting, and we're always kind of on the same page with things. So, that's been a huge benefit for us.
Where can this team get stronger to take the next step this year and maybe take some of the losses you guys had maybe a year ago and turn those into would-be wins?
You know what? I don't know if it's so much skill set because the skill's there. I think it's more of the energy. Some of these sometimes they don't bring the energy all the time.
Yeah,
and I try to preach it every day. Energy is it's infective. You got to have that guy's back that's on the mound when you're in the dugout, giving him some support. That guy that's batting, same thing. So I would just like to see these guys bring a little more energy this year, especially for the non-conference games. I think we won like 2 non-conference games last year. I don't know if they just blew all their energy out in conference games or what, or they just they didn't look at non-conference games the same, but that's when I want to preach to them, this year is those games do matter, especially when it comes to seeding and stuff like that. And I'd like to see us make teams play to our standard. You know what I mean? Don't lower yourself. Don't lower your energy. Just make people play with us.
Final thing for you, Coach. Shout out your first game and shout out to the Mineral Ridge community as to why they need to get out there and see this team this year.
Yeah, so first game, we open up again with Toronto, down in Toronto. That we did it last year, and I thought it was a great experience. It's a good way to see where you stand for the season, because they're a perennial state powerhouse. You got a great coach, and Coach Perkins, he's a super nice guy. They supported us throughout the tournament because we went down and played them twice. Their fans were unbelievable. They come up, shake your hand, hey, good luck in the tournament. We hope you guys win it all. Great people down there. So shout out to them too for kind of picking us up and letting us play them down there in the first game the last 2 years. And then community wise, I think the community is excited to see what we have this year. I don't think you really have to hype up our games because we really do get great support from the community. When it's Ridge McDonald, it's an unbelievable atmosphere for a baseball game. In conference games, those guys, the Springfield games, they all show up and they pack the hill. They got cars down the road. So it's a great place to be on a weekday.
Well, Coach, we love you. We love the people of Ram Country too, and we wish you all the best of luck this upcoming baseball season. I know the Rams are going to be looking for another conference championship, but I know they're looking to hang another banner, a different type of banner, into that gym this year. Best of luck this season, Coach. We'll be seeing you out there on the diamond real soon.
Thank you. I appreciate it.